So what is GP Bistro? This is an application that Endeavor has built. It is specifically an app add-on for CRM and then integrates GP into CRM. GP Bistro comes with a variety of pre-built Power BI dashboards to look at accounts receivable and sales details by accounts. As you can see here on the left, some key data that is transferred: accounts receivable summary, accounts receivable detail, hold status, sales detail, including SOP types and invoice details, as well as address and company information. And that's all moved up into the cloud only for accounts where there is a match on the GP customer number, which is a unique identifier within Dynamics GP. What we see here is the customer credit and collections dashboard. This is a really strong value for finance teams of being able to share and expose this type of information out to your sales and service teams and elicit their support in improving your collections. What we see here is this customer number is a specific GP unique identifier within Dynamics GP. Where this number is entered into at the account level by your sales and service team into their CRM system, GP Bistro will find that link and bring in a variety of information. I will show you the screens and where the data is sitting, and those new screens that are created for your CRM will then feed these Power BI dashboards. What we see here is we can click on individual companies, see their terms, see their average life to pay, years to pay. It has a variety of links into the new GP customer page that's created within the CRM system, as well as links back to the CRM account. We see AR summary as well as AR detail. And then we can also scroll down to most recent activities, which is helpful for seeing what kind of follow-ups your sales team has been having. And then at a holistic perspective, what are your top credit and collections accounts across your organization? And this is based on information that is synchronized using GP Bistro, and a variety of looking at the different aging buckets. And we would rename these as part of the implementation for you to have the 30 to 60, 31 to 61, etc. for your organization. The information that we are using here is linking directly into our GP demo database, which is Fabrican information. So many of you may recognize Aaron Fitz. If we look at our navigation within Microsoft Dynamics CRM, all we are doing is adding a new section called GP, and I'll have GP Customer, and there's a variety of screens that are added to there. And within your base accounts and main accounts that your sales and service team is focused on, what we add in is one small little box. We do not modify any other of your existing CRM screens. So it's not an invasive application. We're adding this one small box here on the right-hand side. And the way GP Bistro works is if and only if someone within your sales or service team manually types in a GP customer number, and this will be part of your installation, but as you get new customers, finance will have to share the new GP customer number for those individuals. Once that's typed in, then on part of the nightly sync, it will bring back the customer number and the customer name. Assuming there is a match, we now have confidence that the synchronization was successful. If we double click on this GP customer number, we now see this new screen that is holding the information that is synchronized between Dynamics GP and Dynamics CRM. What you'll see is we're synchronizing AR summary data. We're synchronizing AR summary detail data. And we're synchronizing sales transactions, all related to this customer, which is Aaron Fitz. And if we scroll back up, we can also see the credit limit, whether or not the customer is on hold, shipping methods, and this is all GP information. This is read only for all of your CRM users. We'll have their address, we'll have primary and secondary addresses. This is all pulled in from GP, and your CRM users can choose to view and use this information as they please. One of the nice things as well with GP Bistro is these ability for your team to see specific customer details around specific documents or invoice types, searching by date. We can sort, and let's look at specifically this services invoice. So we can click on that, and this will bring us to a new window within CRM that is holding the data that we have synchronized, and it's only AR and sales related data that we're synchronizing based on that primary identifier being the GP customer number. As we can see here, we have the GP customer number. This was an services invoice from Fabrican for Aaron Fitz Electrical. We have the individual items, the item numbers, the units of measure, the quantity, extended price, and subtotals, any discounts. It can work with the functional currency as well as your originating currency, so we can support multi-currency customers and be able to pull the information across. If we hit our back button, we can return back to this main GP page, and we can see the CRM account as well as the GP information that is pulled in. Let's go back to looking at our dashboards. So as I mentioned, we have our customer and credits collection, and these can be individual inquiries on an account-by-account basis. We also have, for your sales team, product sales by account. And this is very important for your sales team to be able to view recent sales transactions across all accounts or on an account-by-account basis. So for Aaron Fitz, here's some of our recent sales transactions, our revenue by products. So for this customer, we can see that there are specific products that are very popular for this customer. And as we look at the top 15 products sold in terms of quantity rather than dollar value, and most recent transactions. Again, we can drill down into these transactions, and we can also search within CRM to find specific transactions and records. The other dashboards, so there's 3 dashboards that come in from Power BI, GP Bistro, customer credit and collections, product sales by account type, and addresses. Now, addresses was just a side-by-side comparison of that matches on a specific GP account number across CRM. So this is all the CRM accounts, and here is all the GP accounts. And as you can see here with our sample data, we've typed in specific GP numbers. So B More Group has a customer name is B More. Here is their address. Based on the GP account number that was typed in, it's pulling up Astor Suites and a different address. So this is a quick visual. Theoretically, all the CRM customer names would match and majority of the customer addresses would match, but this allows for a quick visual comparison to say, okay, I have a different customer address. Either GP is incorrect or CRM is incorrect, or there is a reason for it. Maybe in CRM, we're talking the service individuals or sales individuals are caring about a shipping address rather than a head office or other address. Either of these, we can click on this URL, and this will bring us to the CRM screen, or this will bring us to the GP Bistro screen within CRM. So let's click on that. And this brings us right into Aaron Fitz for the GP Bistro screen. And if I go back and we clicked on the URL for the customer, this would bring us into the account screen that your sales team is used to looking at, and they can review the address information for the specific customer and all their activities. And again, they have just this one little small part added to their current account screens so that we can hold where they're going to type in this GP account number and following it through. Additional nice information is they can search by invoices now. So INVS. Let's see if we can find that services invoice we were looking at previously. So there it is, INVS 3008. We can click on that, and that will specifically bring us down to the sales transaction details, tell us the account that it's related to, their customer number, and the individual SOP information, unit prices, etc. So let's go all the way back to our dashboards again. And as a quick recap, we have client, customers, and credit collections, their key details. Everything is based on where that customer number is typed in, and we'll pull it across information. And all the implementation components is included within our service. Let's go back to PowerPoint. So what is the value for the finance team? Finance teams love this because it's going to help increase your accounts receivable collections. Hopefully leveraging the relationships that your sales and service team have. You can create internal policies for soliciting help from the sales and service team once accounts hit, say, 90 days or 180 days in receivables, or sooner, depending on your level of aggression. It's going to reduce the number of requests that your finance team gets from your sales or service teams. Has someone paid a specific invoice? Have they paid their deposit? What is their AR status? I'm going into this customer. Is there anything I need to know? What if there's credit holds? What about returns? And they can find this information through these dynamic Power BI reports only for the accounts where you, within the finance department, provide that GP account number. So if there's accounts you don't want to share, don't provide that GP account number, or there's some security provisions that we can set up as part of the initial implementation. Ultimately, this is going to help drive a greater culture of data-driven decisions. And everyone in finance loves to be able to push that and encourage other individuals to make decisions based on the powerful information that we have within Dynamics GP. From a sales team perspective, they're going to love the self-service reports. They're able to look at real sales data. Most sales and marketing people and service people only have access to the information that's inside of their CRM, and those reports are based on their pipeline and deals closed, not actual products shipped or services delivered. They gain faster inquiry into key customer questions. So if they're on the phone dealing with a service case and someone says, can you look into my invoice? They can type in that invoice number. Can you look into, what product did I buy last week or last month? They can go into that customer, look at their dashboard report and see here are the top 15 products. Here are the most recent transactions for that customer. That is going to help with your sales and service teams do some of their objectives around cross-selling and upselling. And number 3, for sales teams, they're able to compare those addresses. Very important, and we looked at this in depth. You do not want to ever overwrite GP data, and we don't want to overwrite CRM data. We want to allow the choice for the individuals to notify each other to say something is not matching. There's just too many exceptions in terms of ship-to address, head office, subsidiary addresses, of why addresses may be different between CRM and ERP, and we allow the choice for individuals of